Hello and welcome to another episode of RT Go, our new podcast series. We are turning 10 next year, and we would love to share our stories and experiences with you. Our journey has taken us to many new places, and we have met many wonderful people along the way. Through RT Go, we want to introduce you to some of our friends from across the country who have opened up their homes to welcome strangers, who in turn have become their friends. Artigo will give you a glimpse of their homes, their beautiful city or village, their culture, food, and of course, their amazing hospitality. So come travel with us. Today, we take you to the east of the country, the abode of the clouds, Meghalaya. Meet Eborlang Tariang, who along with his wife runs the Ri Saw Kun Homestay in Shillong. Welcome, Ebor.
Welcome, ma'am. I'm super excited to be here.
Lovely, lovely. So good to see you and your beautiful home. So I want to start with asking you that, what prompted you to open up your home to guests as a homestay? You live in this beautiful Assam-style house. So what really was the reason behind starting the homestay?
Actually, one of the initial idea that how we came up to start this homestay is actually that old Assam-type house, we used to give it out for rent. It's in the same compound we live, but giving out for rent, it's very difficult to maintain the house, to keep it in good condition. So that's when we decided we'll turn it into a homestay, so we can do better maintenance. Yeah. Because this old Assam-type house is very famous in Shillong, and you can say it's one of our architectural marvels. Like, yeah, what we're most famous for. Yeah. So we want to, preserve it.
Lovely. And it is what kind of material is it built of for our viewers who don't know?
It's basically built out of mud and clay with
Okay.
some bamboo sticks in the middle, and then they put the mud and the clay. So it's basically a mud house, you can say. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And you see a lot of these in and around Shillong?
Yes.
Okay.
Sadly, at present, most of them have been demolished, giving way to development. So that's one of the main reason also why we want to preserve these houses in every way we can.
Okay. So you actually started off as a guide in Shillong.
Yes,
So,
correct.
what is a typical day like for your guests, and what kind of experiences do you offer? I'm sure with your previous experience as a guide, you have many, many things that guests can enjoy along with you and the family.
Yeah, great. Yeah, so as a guide, it first started as a hobby. We love being outdoors, especially being blessed in a state like Meghalaya. We have so many natural wonders and beauty. So naturally, since we were young kids, we love exploring the outdoors. And slowly, from that hobby, that passion, that's when, at the same time, tourism has slowly started picking up in Meghalaya. So that's how it's just naturally we started posting some contents online and people started inquiring. So naturally, it wasn't planned, but like it just so happened we turned out to become a guide. Yeah. So that's how it started.
So what are the kind of experiences that a guest can expect when they are staying with you?
I wouldn't say what a guest expect. It's more the other way around. So when we first, contact the guests, have a talk with them, we try to learn what kind of experience they like to have. Some would like to have a very laid back experience, leisure, someone has adventure, culture. So it depends on what they would love to experience, and then we try to work itinerary around that.
And your home is located right next to a kind of
Reserve forest.
forest there, reserve forest, right?
Reserve forest, yeah.
So I'm sure, some of the guests who prefer leisurely kind of holidays, they can go for long walks in the national park. And are there animals like birds, butterflies, etc.?
Yes, there are. We have squirrels and leopards are there. Leopard cubs especially, yeah. But one thing about this reserve forest next to our locality, it's where we get our water source from. There's a spring just up the hill, and there's a river, so our water source from there. So normally we don't disturb that area.
Mhm.
So we just leave it be so that it won't be affected by any human footprint as much as we can. So I having a guest homestay here. If I had think only for my own profit, I would surely make an itinerary like guests can go for a walk in the forest, right?
Mhm.
But we have made a decision that we won't encourage people, tourists, to have a stroll around that forest. So yeah, it has to be. We feel that it has to be a balance between preserving the environment and our own economic profit.
That's really good to know. Really good to know. Not
Yeah,
disturbing the habitat. And
yeah,
that spring water is what you use for drinking, right?
yeah. Drinking what we serve to the guests also.
Right. And I was reading up about you that you've completely done away with single-use plastics and you use glass bottles for
Yes,
guests to
correct.
fill up.
Yes.
That's really good to know.
So as an option, from that we give the spring water, which
Mhm.
as soon as we explain to the guests coming to homestay that this is natural spring water, they become excited and having a taste of it. So yeah,
So, in terms of, the locality around you, are there craftspeople around who you can take the guests to, who can display their crafts or something like that?
not generally within the city because
Mm-hmm.
our homestay is located in the city, but we do take them to villages where
Mm-hmm.
we actually do the craft.
Okay.
Craft and we have Ri Silk in Ri district where they use organic way of producing the silk without
Okay.
using any chemicals. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's another experience where guests can see.
Okay. And in terms of, I was also looking at, the soaps that you put in the homestay
Yeah,
are locally made, right?
locally made. Yeah, that's made by another friend of ours, just next locality to us. So she came up with these organic soaps. So initially, when we started the homestay, we used to buy these small 2 rupee, 3 rupee soaps along with shampoo sachet. And then after 1 or 2 months, we can see the garbage accumulation just from this one-time use, which we feel really bad.
Mhm.
So a friend of mine connected with this person who's making these organic soaps, and so we decided we'll not give shampoo anymore. Since the soap is organic, so it's safe to use for face wash along as hair wash also.
Okay. That's great. So tell me about the kind of food. You have a Khasi lady who cooks for you, the family
Yes,
and the guests. So tell
yeah,
us a little bit about the food. People are, when people travel, food is a very
yeah,
big part of
yeah,
their
correct.
vacation, right? So tell me a little bit about that. What kind of food and what are the special dishes, etc.?
It's nothing special. Like, see, again, when we started homestay, we came to a decision like we won't serve any typical like Chinese or Indian cuisine. For that, we can suggest a good restaurant in Shillong. We have many. So what we want to do is when we guests come to our place, we want them to experience that homely feel. What we have at home, they'll have the same. Yeah. So especially for non-veg people, like especially from people from Assam who love pork, don't mind me saying this, yeah. So they love the pork with Shillong. So the black sesame pork is very famous. So that's one of our very famous dishes. And even for the vegetarian guests, we try to provide them these what do you call wild fruits, wild vegetables. Yeah, that are available all around Meghalaya.
So do you
So
grow any produce in the homestay?
yeah, we do a few. We do, yeah, but it's very difficult, to keep it consistent for every guest and the amount with the space we have. So yeah,
I was looking at some of the flowers that you grow. You have some exquisite flowers in and
yeah,
around the home. Yeah,
yes.
including some orchids. You're growing orchids
Orchids,
as well.
orchids, yeah.
Yeah,
A few
yeah.
orchids, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That department, my wife looks after that. Yeah, I'm
So
here
you
for
take
that
care of the management and she takes care of the flowers. So it's an equal
flowers.
division of labor
Yeah, correct.
between the
Yeah,
two of you.
yeah,
Wonderful. So you must be getting all kinds of travelers who come to stay
yeah,
with you, both from India and from abroad. So
Yeah.
tell us some of the interesting experiences that you've had. Anything that kind of
Well,
stands out for you?
one thing that really strikes me, the difference when you see like a traveler from our country and outside. When we first opened this, we thought that if we open our doors to foreign tourists, it'll be more difficult because they are expected the high standards, right? Their way of hospitality. But very interestingly, they understand more they understand more the concept of homestay compared to the Indian crowd, like you and me. Like for us, homestay is still a very, I feel it's still a very new thing for us. To us, it's just about booking accommodation, getting a place to sleep, and then like they check out. But for foreign tourists, I feel like they really understand this concept of what the homestay means to experience the culture, the cuisine, and our way of life. So that's one very interesting thing I've learned. Yeah.
So what would your wish be for the kind of traveler that you want? Who is the kind of guest that, after all, it's your home, right? And you're welcoming
Yeah,
people
correct.
into it.
Good,
So what is the ideal traveler for you who would come and stay with you?
Yeah, so there's a big difference between a typical tourist and a traveler. A traveler will seek to find and experience new things, who are open to new things. While as a typical tourist would want everything as what he experience at home, his own place, be it the food or how he travels, how he go about his daily life. So slowly, we curating our homestay in such a way, the service where it would attract more of travelers, people who are open to new things, new experience. So yeah.
That's good to know. So tell us a little bit, while they are staying with you in Shillong, where can guests go to, nearby places, maybe a few kilometers away from Shillong to get some of these experiences?
Right off the hat, one of the most like Shillong is very famous for music. So after they had a whole week traveling, visiting waterfalls, doing all the adventures, when they come back to homestay, uh, we do provide like acoustic music evening. If if they want it, we tell them beforehand, then we arrange for that. And also we have a great music scene in Shillong. At the moment, we have this very famous, it's called Evening Club, where almost every weekend we have different artists coming from all over Northeast. It hosts artists from all over Northeast, from different genre of musics. So yeah, that's quite an experience where guests can go and have a feel of the music scene, not just Meghalaya, but all of Northeast. Yeah.
That's so good to know. This was lovely. And, I'm sure, like me, people who are watching, they can't wait to go and stay with a family from Shillong, a Khasi family, and, experience your home along with you. So quick note to the viewers, Ri Saw Kun Homestay with Ebor and his wife is available on major booking platforms. They're also on Instagram and Facebook. Do check out their pictures. It's absolutely stunning. And, pack your bags and go there. We've given you most of the information that you required on Supers in the video. So pack your bags and head for Shillong. It was wonderful having you with us, Ebor, and we wish you all the best in the future. And again, to the viewers, Ri Saw Kun Homestay was actually the gold winner of the Indian Responsible Tourism State Awards in Meghalaya in 2023. So before we sign off, we'll show you the video that we made for them. Congratulations, Ebor, to you and your wife once again.
Yeah. And thank you, ma'am, for having us here.
Not at all. It's our pleasure. Our pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. Welcome to Ri Saw Kun Homestay. So Ri Saw Kun means the natural environment around us. Since I was a kid, I've always been passionate about exploring and has always been close to my heart about this whole beauty of Meghalaya. We give fresh clean towels and also these organic soaps which are made locally. Since our inception of the homestay, one of the main principles that we've kept in mind is that we won't be providing any one-time use packaged drinking water. So what we're doing here is we give this bottled water which is filtered, and the source is from the river upstream from this locality. We used to host like a acoustic session here. We'll call local artists. Again, we don't compromise on the price. We don't want just to make the guests happy, we'll pay less for the artist. That doesn't happen.